In the world of automotive design and marketing, some cars hit the mark, finding their way into countless garages. Others, well, they have a harder time convincing anyone to take them home. Today we're counting down 10 cars that just aren't selling, and figuring out exactly why they're struggling to make their mark. Let's jump in. Before we jump in though, please remember to subscribe to the channel, like and share the video as well as hit that notification bell to get more videos just like this one. Number 10. Maserati Levante, MDS 31 days. Our list starts with the Maserati Levante, a luxury SUV with sleek Italian styling and the pedigree of a high-performance brand. With looks like these, you'd think it would be flying off the showroom floor. So what's the problem? First up, the price. This beauty sits on the lot with a $100,000 price tag. A figure that's already a deal breaker for many, but there's more to the story. Maserati's reliability reputation isn't exactly confidence-inspiring. Consumer Reports has been less than forgiving, giving it poor ratings in areas that hit close to home for potential buyers. Rattling interiors, infotainment glitches, and cheap-feeling plastics make it hard to justify the cost. You'd think for that kind of money, they'd throw in some quality materials, right? But no. Step inside and you'll find some surprisingly low-grade plastics, making it feel closer to economy class than luxury. Buyers seem to be picking up on these flaws, and the Levante just isn't the dream car Maserati hoped it would be. Number 9. Jaguar F-Type, MDS 315. The Jaguar F-Type, with its sleek lines and growling exhaust note, is built to turn heads and break hearts. It's a sports car with the classic allure of British engineering, but sadly the sales numbers are painting a different picture. With a price north of $100,000, the F-Type sits squarely in a market segment that's not short on competition. Enter the Chevrolet Corvette and Porsche 718, two mid-engine marvels that have shifted the game entirely. Buyers in this price range are spoiled for choice, and the F-Type's front-engine setup feels, well, a bit old school. Reliability concerns also haunt the F-Type, with Jaguar's reputation for questionable durability and materials lingering in the background. Add to that the surprising dynamic of its audience. Men seem to lean toward other brands that scream high performance, while women appreciate its aesthetic but aren't as likely to be in the market for a pricey sports car. The result? The F-Type is spending a lot of time parked in showrooms, gathering dust rather than miles. Number 8. Ram 2500, MDS 318 days. The Ram 2500 has a reputation for power, boasting impressive towing capabilities and a bold design. Plus, recent updates have made it quieter and more comfortable, bringing a little luxury to a rugged truck market. But even with these upgrades, it's having trouble finding new homes. Sales for the Ram 2500 dropped 7% last year, and a few culprits stand out. First, there's the fuel efficiency or lack thereof. With only about 14 miles per gallon, this truck guzzles gas like it's going out of style. For those watching the pump prices rise, this is no small issue. And then there's the maintenance factor. Keeping a Ram 2500 running is not cheap. Compared to a Ford F-150, the Ram's upkeep costs are noticeably higher, which doesn't exactly help its case in a world where many truck buyers want both performance and a little bit of practicality. The Ram 2500 is finding it hard to keep up with the competition. Number 7. Audi e-tron GT, MDS 327 days. Audi's e-tron GT hit the market with high hopes of bringing German engineering to the luxury EV game, but buyers seem reluctant to commit. At a starting price of $104,000, it sounds enticing, until you factor in the depreciation. In just a year, these cars are often down to $63,000 in value, making it hard to see them as a solid investment. And it's not just the resale value that's concerning. The range is limited for a high-end EV at 238 miles on a full charge, which leaves it trailing behind competitors that are pushing past the 300-mile mark. Maintenance also presents its own set of challenges. US dealerships are still catching up with the tools and parts required for the e-tron GT, leading to long wait times and frustrated owners. Plus, a recent recall over potential liquid intrusion in the battery hasn't exactly boosted buyer confidence. With about 1,000 units gathering dust at dealerships, Audi's electric gamble seems to be losing traction fast. Number 6. Ram 3500 MDS 342 days. The Ram 3500 has the muscle and towing power to handle just about any job thrown its way. Yet with nearly 3,000 units sitting unsold, it seems that buyers are steering clear of this heavy-duty workhorse. So what's going on? First off, there's the noisy diesel engine. While some drivers don't mind the rumble, others find it a bit much for a truck priced for that premium segment. Then there's the outdated 6-speed automatic transmission, something that feels especially lacking compared to the 10-speed alternatives in rival modes. Sure, you can upgrade to the 10-speed transmission, but at an extra cost. It's a tough sell for a feature that feels like it should be standard by now. Despite its solid towing capabilities, the demand for trucks like the Ram 3500 seems to be cooling off, leaving these high-powered rigs stuck on dealership lots rather than on the road. Number 5. Chrysler 300 MDS 346 days. The Chrysler 300 has had a long 17-year run as an iconic American sedan. With its bold design and the appeal of a large, affordable V8, yet with over 5,000 units sitting unsold, it's clear the 300's time on the market is coming to an end. Chrysler's parent company, Stellantis, is shifting its focus toward the EV segment, and the 300 is being quietly ushered out. For buyers who still want a big, powerful V8 sedan, the 300 represents one of the last options in this price range, which makes it a bit of a rare breed. But even that isn't enough to keep it moving off lots. Ultimately, nostalgia alone isn't enough to justify a purchase, and as more people turn to electric options, the Chrysler 300, one of the last classic American sedans, is slowly fading from the scene. Number 4. The Dodge Challenger MDS 360 days. The Dodge Challenger is a muscle car legend. With over 24,000 units in inventory, it seems like this icon is idling on the sidelines. Part of the issue is the changing regulatory landscapes. Emission standards have tightened up, making it hard for gas-guzzling muscle cars to keep up. Then there's Stellantis, Dodge's parent company, with big plans for the future, specifically 5 million EV sales by 2030. As a result, the Challenger is facing a big shift away from its V8 roots toward an electrified future. Plus, with the rise of high-performance SUVs that offer power and practicality, more buyers are opting for a vehicle that can do it all. For now, the Challenger is still burning rubber, but it's clear that the era of the classic muscle car is shifting gears, and it may be only a matter of time before it rides off into the sunset. Number 3. Ford Mustang Mach-E MDS 362 days. Ford's Mustang Mach-E was meant to bring the Mustang legacy into the electric age, but with 24,000 units still sitting on lots, it seems the Mach-E is having trouble winning over both traditional Mustang fans and new buyers alike. In an attempt to boost interest, Ford introduced a major price cut for the 2023 model, bringing some versions below the $40,000 mark. While this makes it more affordable, the Mach-E's electric crossover design just isn't resonating with the core Mustang crowd, who's typically looking for roaring V8s and classic styling. Even though the Mach-E is a capable EV, it's a tough sell for traditionalists who see it as far too removed from Mustang's iconic legacy. So while the Mach-E has the name, it's struggling to find its place on the lot, caught between the old school Mustang fans and EV buyers looking for something with a little more authenticity. Number 2. Dodge Charger MDS 477 days. The Dodge Charger, once a staple of American muscle, is now having a hard time finding takers. With over 33,000 units sitting unsold at dealerships, the Charger is officially discontinued after 2023, marking the end of an era for this powerful sedan. Its appeal is waning, especially among the younger generation who seem less interested in big V8s and gas-guzzling muscle cars. Instead, they're gravitating toward more practical or eco-friendly options, leaving the Charger to appeal to a more niche demographic of dedicated fans. As part of the broader decline in the muscle car segment, the Charger is one of the last to bow out, but the market shift is undeniable. So while the Charger may still roar down some roads, its days as a mainstream hit are long past, cementing its place as an icon that, sadly, just couldn't keep up with the times. Number 1. Dodge Hornet MDS 480 days. Topping our list is the Dodge Hornet, a compact SUV that's struggling to justify its $41,000 price tag. With the longest inventory sitting among Dodge's lineup, the Hornet is finding it tough to compete in an already crowded SUV market. One of the Hornet's biggest hurdles? Size. It's marketed as an SUV, but is closer to a subcompact, a fact that's turning off families and anyone looking for ample cargo space. With limited interior room, the Hornet doesn't offer much for those needing practicality, and in a segment that prioritizes space and flexibility, it's a tough sell. For Dodge, the Hornet represents a new direction, but if it's going to last, it might need a few adjustments to resonate with the average SUV buyer.